When I was in 8th grade, I had a desire to play football my freshman year. I had never played full contact football before, and it was something that I really wanted to do for a while. But I was really small, one of the smallest in my grade, and I needed some way to get bigger for that season. I mentioned this to a friend, and he invited me to come work out with him and some of the other football players in the weight room. I remember feeling so nervous to go and work out, like I'd be judged based on how small I was, or the fact that I was the newbie in the gym. But everybody was so accepting, and they were showing me exercises immediately, and they were showing me how to work out, and they were showing me how to power clean, which really isn't an exercise you should be doing your first day in the gym. There was even a kid walking around showing everybody how buff he was with his shirt off. I almost instantly fell in love with it. This was the first time that I had actually worked out, and I just wanted to keep doing it more. I really started working out more over the course of that summer with a team, but I was still very small, although I had made some progress. I played football my freshman year and didn't get much play time because of my size, but I wanted to play that next season, and I also needed to get bigger for some of the other sports that I was playing that year. We had just built a new weight room, so I went there and worked out, but I had no idea how to work out because I had just relied on the workouts that were given to me by the team. So I decided to research how to work out and what exercises to do. Pretty soon I knew what I was doing, and I had a plan for what exercises were going to make me stronger for other sports. I was spending almost 2 hours a day in the weight room getting bigger and stronger for those sports. The gym was also a place where I felt I could be myself and relieve stress from daily life. Weightlifting has really become a passion of mine for these 4 years. This is why I decided to pursue it for my Capstone project. It has become incredibly important to me to live a healthy lifestyle, not only because it is a passion of mine, but because it is good. It is good because God made us in His image and made us to be temples of the Holy Spirit, and we should treat them as so. In 1 Timothy 4:8, it says, "For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come." Lifting weights has taught me a lot of good lessons over these 4 years. It has really taught me the value of hard work in and out of the gym. When I was a freshman, I didn't make it as a starter on the baseball team. This really upset me because I had felt that I had worked really hard to earn a spot on the team. This really discouraged me. This experience ended up being really good for me because it showed me how hard I needed to work to earn a spot. Over this experience, I was reminded of the story of Michael Jordan and how he tried out for his varsity team when he was a sophomore, but he was only 5'11", and he was told that he was too small to play at the varsity level. But this didn't stop him because he trained vigorously and became the star of his JV team, and eventually went on to become one of the greatest players of all time. He said, "I can accept failure. Everybody fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying." This quote inspired me to work harder at everything I do, in the classroom, in the gym, everything. I wanted to outwork everybody because I knew there was no excuse for me not to. Another quote that inspired me is from Derek Jeter, and he says, "There may be people that have more talent than you, but there is no excuse for anyone to work harder than you." So I started working out a ton that summer, and it got noticeably bigger. I started noticing a difference when I was playing sports. I was stronger and faster. Everybody saw how much bigger I was. All my work eventually paid off when I became a varsity starter 2 seasons ago. I found that anything you want to achieve in life takes hard work. It isn't going to be handed to you. Hard work is essential to be successful at anything in life. If you put your mind to something and have the desire to achieve it, hard work is the answer to everything. The second lesson I learned was to be disciplined in the weight room, my diet, and living a healthy lifestyle. I feel, though, that it isn't that hard to apply yourself to working out in the weight room. because that's the fun part. I wouldn't love this as much as I do if I didn't love working out. But it's incredibly hard to stick to a diet. Dieting is the hard part, and I'm still trying to find a diet that works for me and that I can stick to, because it's hard every day consistently to eat foods like chicken and make them taste good and do it on a daily basis. But I remember when I was first starting to work out, I ate terribly. I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to see. I felt terrible, and I didn't like the way I looked. But then I learned if you want to look a certain way, then you need to eat a certain way. And I needed to clean up my diet. And that didn't sound very appealing the first time I heard that. But everybody likes to eat junk food. But I wanted to see results. So I started off slow, and I said, all right, no more sugar. So I eliminated all sugar from my diet. And at first that was kind of hard. And eventually it became easier, and then I eventually just stopped craving sugar altogether. I was never a big breakfast eater, but I knew that if you wanted to see results and become bigger, it's essential to eat a well-balanced breakfast. So I started waking up earlier in the morning, and I started making myself breakfast. Pretty soon I was prepping my meals and my lunches. I was eating well-balanced meals, and I started to see myself getting slowly leaner and muscular. I had really gotten good at sticking with it. My friends know how good I have gotten to sticking with my diet because I spend a lot of time with them. And we would hang out over the summer, and we would drive around and be having a good time. And we would go to Taco Bell or McDonald's, and I would get something. I would either get something that was part of my diet, or I wouldn't get anything at all. And my friends would say, Zach, why don't you get anything? Like, how can you do this to yourself? You're only 18 years old. I'm 18 years old, and I knew that I set my mind to something. It's never too early or too late to make healthy decisions, and I wasn't going to let anything interfere with my goals. And don't get me wrong, it is alright to eat foods like pizza and burgers, but you just can't do it so much that you screw up your diet. I've tried a few diets over these 4 years and tried to find what works for me. The main type of diet that I have tried is called a bulking diet, and this is intended to help you get bigger and stronger and put on muscle. And so in order for this to work, you need to eat a lot of food and intake a lot of calories in order to see results. And so you're able to calculate this based on your body type, and you are able to have a lot of freedom with what you eat and eating more calories. But the one diet that I have never tried because I never saw a need for it is called a cutting diet, which is meant to shred and make yourself look leaner and have a more defined physique. And so I decided to try this out with summer coming up so I could look leaner and have a better physique. So I looked up a random diet online, which consisted of 3 small meals and 2 small snacks. I didn't calculate it based on my body type, which might have been a mistake looking back on it. I was able to stick to this diet for about 5 days, and then I couldn't take it anymore and decided to eat everything in sight. I couldn't take it anymore because there was food everywhere and I was starving. This gave me a new perspective on dieting, and it showed me how hard it might be for someone who's, say, overweight, and they're trying to change and they're trying to lose those extra pounds, but it's so hard to stick to the diet because they're so hungry. Or maybe the bodybuilder who's trying to get leaner for a show, and he can't take the hunger, and so he decides to resort to illegal methods of using steroids. I've never been interested in steroids because they are harmful, and they're very expensive and they're illegal. For me, the best option was just researching different vitamins and supplements because I knew they provide a bunch of benefits for the body and weightlifting, and they're much safer. I take a lot of the essential vitamins and minerals that the body needs, like a multivitamin, especially during times like this pandemic. It's really good to take vitamins like D3, zinc, and vitamin C because they keep you from getting sick and they keep you healthy. But I have also started taking creatine. I had wanted to take supplements for a while, and I didn't really know what I should be taking. So I asked Mr. Snyder what I should be taking. And he said the best research supplement in sports performance, but also putting on muscle, is creatine. It's really been shown to be safe and doesn't cause any problems. 5 grams per day is all you need to see results. Really, creatine is the main supplement, and you don't need any special kind, just basic creatine monohydrate. So I started taking that for the past few months, and I've never looked back because it's very effective. Basically, what creatine is a natural substance that is found in the muscle cells, which helps give you energy during heavy, intense workouts, which eventually leads to increased muscle mass and helps with strength and recovery. It is definitely the supplement that everyone looking to change their body and muscle type should look into because it's very effective and very safe. The last lesson that I've learned from weightlifting is to trust the process. Success doesn't come immediately. It is a big process that takes time. You have to be dedicated to the process. It doesn't come overnight. As Blake Griffin said, you have to fall in love with the process of becoming great. The process isn't always going to be easy. There's going to be good days and bad days. Anything worth achieving isn't always easy because everybody would be doing it if it was easy. It takes someone who is driven and has a desire to put in the work every day to get better at what they do. So wake up every day with a desire to get better at whatever you're doing, because there might be someone who's outworking you every day, and it's your job to outwork that person. Because of weightlifting, I have really learned to never be satisfied. There's always some way that I can better myself as a person and improve my health. Weightlifting has built the person that I am today, and I want it to help build me throughout my life. It is never too early or too late to create healthy habits or a healthy lifestyle. If you put your mind to something and create a goal for yourself and have the desire to achieve it, it isn't impossible with hard work. And so I want to know so much more about this field that I have studied for the past year, which is why I decided to go to college to learn more about this field. And so I can help others achieve their health and fitness goals, and so I can have a better understanding of how to achieve my goals and aspirations in my life in health and fitness.